Good evening and welcome to Express News with me, Deepika, your daily half-an-hour window that brings you 100 news and updates from the country and the world in 30 minutes. Let's begin. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday emphasized the importance of Jain literature in shaping India's rich intellectual and spiritual heritage, calling it the backbone of the country's intellectual grandeur. While addressing a gathering at Navkar Mahamantra Divas in New Delhi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that preserving ancient Jain texts is a national duty. Prime Minister united with people from more than 108 countries through the collective chanting of Navkar Mahamantra, which is the most revered and universal chant in Jainism. Prime Minister Modi highlighted government's decision to grant classical language status to Prakrit and Pali, which are two ancient Indian languages deeply intertwined with Jain and Buddhist traditions. Prime Minister pointed out how the architectural and cultural influence of Jainism is reflected in the new Parliament building of India. A magnificent painting of Lord Mahavir adorns the roof of the Constitution Hall, and all 24 Tirthankaras are also depicted on the wall. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that Navkar Mahamantra is not just a mantra but a center of every individual's faith, and its importance is not just spiritual but beyond it. Crown Prince of Dubai and Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Defence of the United Arab Emirates, Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, visited the Bombay Stock Exchange in Mumbai on Wednesday. The Crown Prince participated in the ceremonial ringing of the bell, which is a tradition at the BSE, symbolizing the start of a new chapter. He reached India on Tuesday for his two-day visit. In a significant boost to India's Make in India vision, Mahindra Aerostructures Private Limited has secured a prestigious contract from Airbus Helicopters to manufacture and assemble the main fuselage of the H-130 light single-engine helicopter. The contract was formally signed in the presence of Union Minister of Civil Aviation Kanjirappur Ram Mohan Naidu. President of Aerospace and Defence Vinod Sahai said that industrialization will commence immediately, with the first cabin assembly scheduled for delivery by March 2027. India's IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw on Tuesday underlined that AI is the new industrial revolution and urged the stakeholders to share ideas on integrating AI with digital public infrastructure. Inaugurating the day-long stakeholders meet organized by the Unique Identification Authority of India in Delhi, the minister said Aadhaar is the Aadhaar, or the basis of the many initiatives, and is the core of digital public infrastructure. An encounter is currently underway between security forces and suspected terrorists in Martha village of Ramnagar in Udhampur district. During a search operation by Jammu and Kashmir police and other forces, contact was established with the terrorists. 2 to 3 terrorists have been trapped. India's Union Cabinet today approved doubling of Tirupati-Pakkalakatpadi single railway line section in Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu with a total cost of 1,332 crore rupees. The move will enhance connectivity to Tirupati and will also generate direct employment of about 35 lakh human days. Cabinet also approved construction of 6-lane access controlled by Zirakpur bypass with length of 19.2 kilometers worth 1,878.31 crore rupees in Punjab and Haryana on hybrid annuity mode. The project aims at easing congestion in Zirakpur, Panchkula and surrounding areas by diverting traffic from Patiala, Delhi and providing direct connectivity to Himachal Pradesh. The Cabinet has further approved modernization of command area development and water management as a sub-scheme of Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana for the rapid 2025-26 with an initial total outlay of 1,600 crore rupees. The Waqf Amendment Act has officially come into effect on Tuesday following the issuance of a gazette notification by the central government. After being passed by both the houses of the parliament, the act also got the president's assent. Reserve Bank of India cut its policy repo rate by 25 basis points to 6% for the second straight time, having cut its rate for the first time in 5 years back in February. RBI Governor Sanjay Malhotra said the Monetary Policy Committee also changed the monetary policy stance from neutral to accommodative, signalling further reductions in the repo rate. RBI Governor further added that MPC has also decided to slash the GDP growth forecast to 6.5% in 2025-26 from the 6.7% projected earlier. He added that retail inflation is expected to be 4% in 2025-26. Indian equity indices ended on a negative note. At close, the Sensex was down 379.93 points at 73,847.15 and the Nifty was down 136.7 points at 22,399.15. Indian rupee ended 45 paise lower at 86.69 per dollar on Wednesday versus previous close of 86.24. European stocks slump at the open as Trump tariffs kick in, with Paris down 2.4%, Frankfurt dropping 2.2% and London sliding 2.3%. The FMCG sector is well positioned for market uncertainties, with Phillip Capital's report indicating potential improvement and a more positive outlook for financial year 26 despite recent slow growth. The International Monetary Fund said on Tuesday it reached a staff-level agreement with Argentina on a 48-month extended fund facility totaling $20 billion. Argentina desperately needs the $20 billion deal to unlock investment blocking capital controls, bolster its depleted foreign currency reserves and come out of a tight inflationary pinch. Internet accommodation rental platform Airbnb has been ordered to pay more than 8.6 million euros to France's Olive-Rhone island for breaches relating to a tourism tax. India's President Draupadi Murmu is visiting Slovakia in the second leg of a two-nation state visit. This is the first visit by the President of India to Slovakia in 29 years. President Draupadi Murmu was received by President Peter Pellegrini of the Slovak Republic at the Presidential Palace in Bratislava today. The President was accorded a ceremonial welcome with guard of honor. Delegation-level talks were also held between President Draupadi Murmu and Slovakian President Peter Pellegrini. President will also meet Prime Minister Robert Fico and National Council Speaker Richard Ratzi. The state visit by the President reflects the importance India attaches to its bilateral relations with Slovakia, providing an opportunity to further strengthen and broaden the bilateral ties. India's Finance and Corporate Affairs Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today delivered the keynote address at the India-UK Investor Roundtable discussion in London. In her address, Sitharaman outlined priorities of the Government of India for enabling sustained economic growth and investment opportunities with the policy support that is shaping the new India. Finance Minister Sitharaman also made the remarks during a moderated discussion on India's development trajectory with LSE Professor Nicholas Stern at the Indian High Commission in London on Tuesday. BIMSTEC Agriculture Ministers level meeting is taking place in Kathmandu on Wednesday. India's Agriculture Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan and Bhutan's Leonpo Yontin Puncho attended the meeting. The meeting discusses matters related to the status and challenges of agriculture and collaboration among the member countries. Donald Trump's reciprocal tariffs against all U.S. trading partners came into effect on Wednesday, sending markets into a tailspin again as the devastating global trade war intensified. Among his sweeping new trade moves is a hefty 104% tariff rate on China. This comes on top of Chinese tariffs that were in place prior to Trump's second term. China has vowed to fight back, pledging countermeasures and promising to defend its economic interests to the very end. Washington is also scheduling talks with major trading partners. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni is expected in the US next week. The European Union, already hit with a 20% tariff, will vote later on Wednesday on initial countermeasures. US President Donald Trump has signed an executive order to boost the US coal industry, including by loosening environmental regulations and opening federal lands for mining. The orders include efforts to save coal plants that were likely to be retired, including unlocking authorities in the 1950 Defence Production Act to boost coal production. In addition to this, the orders direct Interior Secretary Doug Bergen to acknowledge the end of a moratorium that paused new coal leasing that allows private companies to buy the right to extract coal on federal lands and to prioritize the leasing. Iran on Tuesday responded to US President Donald Trump's announcements of direct talks regarding its nuclear program. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has opposed Israel's new plan to control aid deliveries in Gaza, citing concerns over humanitarian principles. US Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth toured the Panama Canal's Miraflores locks on Tuesday during his visit to the Central American nation. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer announced a multi-billion-pound deal with US entertainment giant Comcast on Wednesday to build Europe's first universal theme park in Britain by the year 2031. Time for a short break. We'll be right back.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy, always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the Economic Brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
Welcome back. Let's continue. At least 50 hippos and other large animals have been killed by anthrax poisoning in eastern Congo's Virunga National Park. The head of the park and a local official confirmed on Tuesday. The deaths represent a major loss for the national park that holds about 1,200 hippopotamuses and has struggled to maintain populations threatened for decades by poaching. Zoo workers began spraying water to cool off the inhabitants at the National Zoological Park in New Delhi as temperatures began to soar in northern India. According to the latest update from the Indian Meteorological Department, the eastern and northeastern parts of the country will experience rainfall accompanied by thunderstorms and lightning through the 12th of April. A deep 5.8 magnitude earthquake struck Taiwan's rural northeastern county of Yilan on Wednesday, the island's weather administration confirmed, with no reports of damage so far. The Philippines' Canlao volcano has resumed erupting, ejecting an ash-laden plume that reached approximately 4 kilometers in height, according to Seismology Agency. A vivid sunset was observed in Kent as Saharan dust moved over the UK. It is expected to cause irritation for individuals with breathing problems. In Bolivia's Beni, vast grasslands where cows once grazed have been submerged under floodwater, forcing cattle and the cowboys to swim as they make for small patches of higher ground. According to the reports, around 200,000 head of cattle are at risk, struggling with floodwaters. The floods have affected thousands of families and have left 55 people dead in Bolivia. Days of rain have flooded rivers across the U.S. state of Kentucky, submerging entire areas. Evacuation orders are in place and rescue crews have been deployed. A major exhibition of more than 400 works by British artist David Hockney went on show in Paris on Tuesday at the capital's plush Louis Vuitton Foundation. Drawn from museums and private collections worldwide, the David Hockney 25 exhibition focuses on 25 years of the artist's work, highlighting his contribution to the pop art movement. A 36-year-old woman is the first woman to give birth following a womb transplant in the United Kingdom. Brazilian designers unveiled their latest collection at Sao Paulo's Fashion Week on Tuesday. The 30th edition of Sao Paulo Fashion Week is scheduled to run until the 10th of April. The all-female crew of Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket posed together for Elle magazine's digital cover ahead of their historic launch into space on the 14th of April. The New Shepard rocket, a 59-foot-tall suborbital spacecraft, will carry all-female crew to the Kármán line, the internationally recognized boundary of space. Sotheby's auction house is displaying a rare blue diamond and the largest flawless diamond in the world as part of $100 million exhibition in UAE's capital Abu Dhabi. Restoration efforts in Prasar's historic Hans district are underway in the city's rich cultural heritage. Launched in 2020, the urban design project aims at restoring the area's historical silhouette by demolishing 63 structures. In Nepal's Kathmandu, the Setu Machin Chandra Jatra took place, where a wooden chariot carrying the statue of the deity Setu Machindranath is paraded from place to place around Kathmandu for 5 days. During all 5 days of the festival, both Hindus and Buddhists play traditional music, instruments and parade through the streets of Kathmandu with the chariot procession. US media giant Comcast Corp will build its first universal theme park and resort in Europe in Bedford, north of London, opening in 2031, the British government confirmed on Wednesday. The park will create 20,000 jobs during construction and a further 8,000 jobs across the hospitality sector when it opens. It is expected to attract 8.5 million visitors in its first year. Cambodian farmers went full throttle by taking their best oxen to the race track at this year's annual ox cart race. Actor Tom Cruise is all set to return to the Cannes Film Festival to present the latest and last episode of Mission Impossible series. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is one of the most hotly awaited blockbusters of the year and is set for its release in cinemas worldwide from the 17th of May. Veteran actor Robert De Niro will be honoured with Honorary Palme d'Or Award for Lifetime Achievement at the upcoming Cannes Film Festival 2025. Acclaimed German film director Werner Herzog will be honoured with the Golden Lion at the forthcoming 82nd edition of the Venice Film Festival. The trailer for Babel Khan starrer film Logout has been unveiled. Logout is set to be premiered on the 18th of April on Z5. The trailer for actor Ajay Devgan's crime thriller Raid 2 has been unveiled in Mumbai. The film Raid 2's trailer shows Ajay returning as the fearless IRS officer as Amey Patnaik, who once again takes on the corruption system. The film will be released on the 1st of May. Indian actor Allu Arjun has announced his new film titled AA22 into AX. The project will be directed by Atlee and produced by Sun Pictures. Vanessa, the premium fragrance brand for modern women, has announced Bollywood sensation Kiara Advani as its new brand ambassador. Indian actors Tushar Kapoor and Shreyas Talpade have teamed up for late director Sangeet Sivan's final film, Kap Kapi. The actors previously worked together in the 2008 film Golmaal Returns. In sports, shooter Vijay Veer Sidhu clinched gold medal at the Shooting World Cup in Buenos Aires as India surpassed China in the medal tally. In women's 10-meter air pistol event, Suruchi Singh overcame 3 Chinese athletes to win the gold medal at the Shooting World Cup. India's Dhruv Kapila and Tanisha Krasto won their opening match to advance into the mixed doubles category pre-quarterfinal round of the Badminton Asia Championship in China. Indian athlete Neeraj Chopra confirmed that he will kick off his season at the Doha Diamond League scheduled to begin on the 16th of May. Ian Nepomuceno has tied with world number 1 Magnus Carlsen for the spot after the round-robin stage at the Freestyle Chess Grand Slam in Paris. Indian world champion D. Gukesh could only manage 3.5 points across the 11 rounds, leaving him second from bottom in the 12-player standings. Gujarat Titans will face Rajasthan Royals in the Indian Premier League match in Ahmedabad. Gujarat Titans are on a roll, winning 3 games so far. Lucknow Super Giants secured a narrow 4-wicket victory against Kolkata Knight Riders in a high-scoring thriller in Kolkata. Punjab Kings return to winning ways with an 18-run victory over Chennai Super Kings in Mulanpur. Borussia Dortmund will face Barcelona in their Champions League quarter-final round first leg match on Wednesday in Barcelona. Arsenal beat Real Madrid by 3-0 in the first leg of the Champions League quarter-final round in London. Inter Milan secured a crucial 2-1 victory against Bayern Munich in their Champions League quarter-final round first leg encounter. President Gianni Infantino announced that FIFA will donate $1 million to each host city of the 2025 Club World Cup to build mini pitches for young people. Matteo Berrettini of Italy upset top-seed Alexander Zverev by 2-6, 6-3 and 7-5 to advance to the third round at the Monte Carlo Masters in Monaco. And according to a survey, more than one-third of sports supplements available online in Australia contain substances banned by the World Anti-Doping Agency. And with this, it's a wrap here on Express News for now, but news and updates will continue here on DD India. So don't go anywhere, keep watching and keep tracking DD India for all latest news and updates from the country and the world. Thank you so much for joining us right now. Namaskar.